Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host, JJ48, and tonight we are continuing with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Uh, Last week we traveled to the water world of Manan, which is a neutral world that they remain neutral by selling medical supplies to both the Sith and the Republic, and so they have strict rules about uh, not bringing the war to their planet. Basically, don't want sides fighting against each other. But in the course of our search here, had to we had to break into a Sith compound, and we were caught by Manon security, um, and arrested and taken to trial because, like, hey, you guys uh, are kind of picking fights here on our neutral world, and we were sentenced to the very harsh punishment of the Manon security promising that they wouldn't investigate any more disturbances at the Sith compound. Not entirely sure how we did it, but somehow we managed to convince them that something wasn't entirely right there, and that the Sith were actually to blame, not us. So then we came back here to heal up, and as I recall, when we were going around in the compound, we did have a couple problems with some of the fights. So I was thinking maybe we'll swap our party out at the moment. Um, I think, uh, as I recall, the tricky part. Well, I think there were some droids we were having some issues taking care of, so that'd be one thing to try to take care of. But we were also having issues with um, some Jedi, weren't we? And blasters don't really work well, so I'm gonna pick a couple of our more melee focused characters. Bastila, I think, has a little bit better Jedi training than Juhani at the moment, or maybe it's just her Sentinel class. She just seems to do better from what I recall. And Zalbar is another good melee fighter. So we'll use our new party and try to see if we can figure out what's going on at the Sith compound or embassy or whatever it is, however they're referring to it. Okay, both of them can level. Oh, I wonder how many times Bastil is gonna tell us, hey, we need to speak with you, because we probably missed a couple of those through level ups. Um, but let's check on everybody's equipment. Well, first let's check on everybody's levels. Sure, we'll do that. Okay, Master 2 weapon fighting. Okay, that'll be very useful. Wait, she doesn't need more awareness. Probably needs more treat injury. Burst of speed, force valor. Oh, we were having some issues with droids. If we can improve her droid affecting power, that might be useful. Disabled droid temporarily shuts down all droids within 5 meters of a target droid, inflicting damage equivalent to the attacking character's level. Affected droids remain disabled for 12 seconds. And I think as I recall, in BioWare's games, at least the games they made around this time, uh, each round of action is about 6 seconds. So that's like 2 rounds of action. It's like 2 attacks or 2 chances to use an ability or something. So, okay. don't know if you know the droids that we were having trouble with might be too strong for that, but it will be something to at least try. Okay, now let's see equipment. That's right, she has her double-bladed lightsaber. I think we got rid of a bunch of our extra equipment, so don't really have too much to swap out. Let's go ahead and give him immunity to mind affecting. That's pretty much all we can do. Okay.
I'm here.
What?
Okay, so where were we headed? I think we need to find our way back to the Sith compound. Okay, that's the this is the judge's area, courtroom. Okay, we do have a map. We might as well make use of it. Let's see, Otto West, Otto High Court, Holding Cell, Otto City Central. I forget where. I feel like Otto City West was back towards the Republic area, or towards the bar. Or am I just getting all mixed around here? Let's see. Okay, West Central, Docking Bay, East Central, Port Official. Okay, yeah, because we want to head towards the East Central side. Pretty sure we'll head over to the East Central, and I think that's like where the Republic place was, where we got to do the fun number sequences and the much less fun threatening or lying to a prisoner, which we ended up not doing very successfully, but it didn't matter because we solved the number sequences. And then beyond that was the Sith area. Okay, so Tel Tyvark Shop, the Republic Enclave, and yep, the East Courtyard. That's where we want to go. So I believe the East Courtyard is where we will find, through the East Courtyard is where the Sith Enclave is. Yep, Sith base, the general shop, and swoop track. Haven't really had to do much with the swoop tracks. Maybe towards the end we'll go through and do all the swoop tracks and play all the Bazak players. Okay, let's...
This entrance to the Sith embassy has been closed temporarily due to a maintenance failure. The main entrance to the embassy will reopen when the problem has been fixed.
I heard the embassy was attacked, or how can I get inside now? I'll be going. Yeah, I heard the embassy was attacked, by me.
What? How did you... This unit has no knowledge of what you're talking about. Those with legitimate business with the Sith should return when the repairs have been completed.
I always find it particularly interesting when droids get like kind of thrown and flustered a little bit, because apparently somebody programmed that in. Like it shouldn't take several seconds, enough to say that much dialogue for a droid to realize that, oh, I'm not supposed to say that, and recover. If it was totally confused, it would just keep on speaking and not probably not even realize it until it had a chance to process later, or it should have just recover immediately. But I guess people like to program droids to have easily exploitable faults. I mean, it doesn't make much sense from an in-universe perspective. From an out-of-universe perspective, it does make the droids more like characters rather than just machines. Okay, so I think we can still get in. We just have to... is this the... No. Okay, next one is to the docking bays. We just have to go to the docking bays, and remember we were told that if we wanted to just storm the compound, we could go to the docking bay and use a secret shuttle entrance, basically. And we didn't do that initially because we were going to try to sneak in, but I think people immediately calling us on it and fighting us, and then us fighting halfway through the base, has kind of made the complete stealth issue or option a non-issue. So we'll go the head-on raid route. Okay, so Bastila seems to have something on her mind. Let's talk about it, Bastila.
How can I help?
You tell me.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Okay. What was that? I think I'm going deaf. You better say it again. Is that a compliment from you? You made that sound very painful for you to admit. Yeah, that did seem a little bit painful.
Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you, too demanding at times.
I mean, we haven't really been traveling together much to keep swapping to different party members. Thank you, I appreciate the gesture. May have been. Too little too late, sorry. No, that's good. I do appreciate the gesture. I don't want to seem completely ungrateful, so...
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Okay, so I bump up the audio a little bit, because Bastila seems to be talking rather quietly. At least it sounds that way to me. Maybe let me know if it's too quiet or too loud. So she didn't want to become self-absorbed and stodgy. So, yeah, don't forget edgy, critical, and overly sensitive. Nonsense, you're not self-absorbed or stodgy. Well, we're not going to lie, so no. Maybe, but you don't need to be like that. Now she's come to this realization we should help her out with some more reflection.
Yes, well, there's no need for you to agree so wholeheartedly. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
Okay, we could be more than friends. No, no. Glad you did. You're great. You've had your say. Now leave me alone. For good. That'd be kind of rude. No, I'm glad we had this talk. I'm glad we can be friends.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better. But enough soul searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
I'm kind of curious how Zalbar felt about literally being in the middle while we talked through him about things that, like, it's not even something that he, like, it's not his issue at all, so it's not even something that he would probably weigh in on even if he wanted to. Alright, let's head back to the docking bay. Oh, that's right. Okay, the door comes from this side. I was wondering why I was expecting to come in through that door, like at the end of the hall there, and was wondering why we were facing directly into a docking bay. Okay, so let's see. This is the private hangar, the Sith hangar. Either be the private hangar or the Sith hangar. Let's try the Sith hangar. Okay, there's no cameras here. Excuse me, sir, is this where I can get on the super secret shuttle to the Sith base?
We've got all the proper KotOR trading permits, so back off.
Okay, that's not what I asked. How about you? Can you help me get to the Sith base?
Enough time to listen to your stories. I've got a full shipment of KotOR ready to load before my shift is over.
Okay, I will assume that this is the KotOR loading docking bay then, and maybe the private docking bay is the one that can take us secretly to the Sith base. Okay, the vessel was a little bit quiet. Okay, we'll, okay, this looks like where we might find a super secret shuttle. Alright, Zalbar, yeah, you go do your thing. Take out this elite trooper. Dude, you took the time to flourish your sword, but then you're just gonna run away? Okay, okay, it's adrenal strength. Maybe I should be using some adrenals more often. That looks like everybody. So I guess we can take the transport here. So I'm guessing these are like, these are fighters. I'm curious at that size if they actually have space for like human or humanoid pilots, or if they're like droid controlled. They don't look like they have much space inside. Of course, I guess it also depends on how much other equipment they need. If they're just for protection, like in and around the planet, and don't need to have hyperdrives, then that might be all the space they need. Okay, transport online, loading flight data, destination, Sith base, commence launch. Nice of them to have a automated system. Yeah, let's go. true Sith died out centuries ago. Sith of this era are not a species, but followers of an ideal. Okay, so there was a Sith species at one point, apparently. Okay, we get to come in. Oh, I think we passed this on one of our explorations. Okay. Okay, I guess you two haven't been here before. I've been here a couple times. Died most of the times, except for the time when I was arrested. But hopefully that won't happen this time, because that's why you guys are here. So hopefully you'll be a little bit more helpful than Juhani and Karth were. Is there anything else up front? Okay, so, yeah, last time we went over to the droid repair and then that's when we left, so I'll head back this way. Okay. This, I think, is the room that's full of enemies. Hello. So you can have at least a semi-automatic speed blaster. 3 enemies right in front of you, including a huge Wookiee. And still most of your shots were missing. That is just... We need to have a talk with the Sith Empire about their training regime. Water pump analysis. Okay, let's see what that is. And adrenal stamina. Now let's see what this water pump analysis is. Did say this was a pump room. Okay, Commander Hasek, in regards to the system in place to cycle water from the ocean to the thermal heaters, what were you thinking? What made you put that airlock mechanism on the only other path to the north side of the base? Now everyone has to know how to cycle the water out of one room and into the adjoining one for each of the 3 rooms in sequence without accidentally flooding the room they're in. We lost 7 troopers just this week. Next time I'm there, you better show me how to do it properly. I can't afford to lose any more of my aides while trying to get to the Selkath. Edgetown. Sorry, sir, but we had to change the pump mechanism since one of those fish people swam into one of the intakes outside. The external flow controls push the water into the chambers north and south only now. Flow controls on the inside wall switches. Okay. The external flow controls push the water into the chambers north and south only. The flow controls on the inside wall switches the water between sides east and west. The trick now is to push the water to the north and south extremes, then switch the water east and west and walk through. The meters by the flow control panel show if there's water in the adjacent room. We've also installed life form detection sensors, so there shouldn't be any more aid problems. We're trying to get the system passed as quickly as possible, sir, but the Selkath authorities monitoring our base have made this much more difficult. Okay. So we have this flow control room, and if I look on the map, it's actually less helpful than I thought. Like just to the right of the dot, we can see some chambers. We can actually see it better on the little mini-map here. And so presumably we have to get through here in order to have to get through here in order to get to where the Selkath are being kept prisoner. So we'll do that in good time, but first let's make sure we've explored the rest of this area. There we go, heal everybody up. Oh, did we already take out the Sith troopers in this room? That would be nice if we had. Okay, we came down this way. That's right, we found the sensor module that had been recovered that the Republic wanted us to recover. And I think this way was the droids that we were having trouble even harming them, if I recall. So let's see with Basla and Zalbar if we can have a little bit easier time with them. Okay, let's start with some ion grenades.
Let's make this quick.
Okay, well, we took one down. That's not bad. It's considerably better than we did last time. Okay, good job, team. You've proven yourselves to be far more competent than Karth and Juhani. No spoils on the droids, but if they're this strong, they're probably protecting something useful. Okay, so let's see. Let's get our skills. Okay, yeah. Okay, improve our... Okay, we'll improve our heals. That'll give us some more points whenever we heal, as well as neutralize poisons. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, I think that flamethrower might have heated me up just a little bit, so we'll... Doesn't seem to be affecting my health much, so we'll just kind of run around until we cool off a little bit. Into the West Lounge. Okay, we have a couple more assault droids. And a trooper this time. Okay, let's go for the trooper first because he's likely to be a easier target to take down. I say that, but of course, Basila and Zalbar take down their droid before I even get the trooper down to half health, so... Okay, good job, team. I think all of us bring something unique and useful to the table. That's why we are so effective at this. It's clearly not you two doing all of the work while I just swing my lightsaber ineffectually. Why is there red on the other side of this door? North computer room. One thing I do miss from the PC version is just being able to have a quick save button. I feel like there's enough buttons on the controller. There should be able to be a quick save, but okay. Well, that doesn't seem pleasant. What happens if we go? Okay, we very quickly lose some health. So, okay. Let's not go that way. We'll call that one Plan No. And I wonder if that'll end up leading around to the Selkath area. Maybe on the other side it'll like loop around, and on the other side we'll find a way to turn that off, and then that's how we'll get the Selkath out of there. Okay. There's this lead. Okay. Have a force field, or maybe this is how. This looks like a way to another area that we're gonna have to bypass. So, why am I orange? Would have thought, like, I don't seem to be taking damage or anything. I would have thought that whatever had been done, the effect would be over by now. Not sure if there's a way to see like what my current, any current effects on me or not. So, okay. We have these door controls. Okay, I see this bar next to the door controls is like navy blue all the way up, whereas this one is like white. So I'm guessing that means that this one doesn't have water in it. This one probably does. And so if the safeguards are in place, if I press this button, then it should say like, oh, nope, can't open the door. Oh. Okay, or it just... Okay, because that's the control. Alright, so water has been moved to an adjacent room. Okay.
Warning, activating flow control may flood occupied chambers. Please ensure all receiving chambers.
Okay. Alright, so let's try this. Okay. We don't have the ability to do that, so...
Warning, activating flow control may flood occupied chambers. Please.
Okay, so let's see. When we activated that door control, this room was flooded. It must have moved it to this room because that chamber was still empty. Okay, so what I should be able to do is okay, so I pulled the water into that chamber. Yep, now that's full. So this that chamber's empty, and this chamber's empty. So if I activate this, where's it going to pull water from?
Warning, activating flow control may flood occupied.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So it emptied this chamber and flooded the chamber behind us. Okay. Okay, I thought it was going to do something with the water on, like, the other side. Like, try to move it over there or something. Okay. Hello, Dark Jedi. Oh. There we go. Attack you. These guys are definitely a step up from the enemies we've faced before. Try to heal as much as I can. Okay, Bastila. You need to heal as well. Okay, good.
Sure.
Okay, another lightsaber crystal, cool. Okay, a short lightsaber. A mine that I somehow didn't see.
No problem. Got it.
Okay, this is locked, so okay. Bio-antidote package and a hair trigger. What does a bio-antidote package do? Okay, another crystal.
No problem. Got it.
Iriadu strength amplifier, okay. Okay, so currently Zalbar has the nerve enhancement package. This implant regulates the nervous system, preventing loss of consciousness due to a sudden impact or sensory overload. As an alternative, we could give him a bio-antidote package. This implant maintains an ever-circulating stream of antitoxins in the user, increasing relevant antidotes for specific poisons introduced. Side effects include dry mouth. Okay. I haven't really been seeing much poison, but considering we're encountering more Jedi, I'm thinking immunity to mind affecting might be a better option there. And he already has the Iriadu strength amplifier gauntlets, so okay, he doesn't need more.
What?
Why that is, because I had a reddish glow earlier. I think the... Okay, immediately after not giving Zalbar the immunity to poison, we get poisoned. So I had a fainter reddish glow earlier, and I think that was Bastila doing her battle meditation or one of her buffs for the party, because we all got little blue arrows on our portrait at that time. I'm not sure why I'm now back to orange, because again, it doesn't look like I have any buffs on me. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Okay, so we have the East Barracks, couple soldiers there. Okay, we don't necessarily need to overload the power conduit. Security room. Okay, we can deal with the sentry droids. I guess what we'll do is we'll disable the force field so we can get out that way. And we can't corrupt the droid targeting program, but we can disable them. There we go. And hopefully we didn't need more computer spikes for other things. Okay, we're not gonna overload the room we're in. No, that's the same one. Reception. Okay, that's the front reception. Nobody there anymore. Training room. Okay, training room has a Sith and some Selkath. Oh dear, I wonder if some of the Selkath decided to start working with the Sith. That's unfortunate. Flow control room, we've already taken care of. Steam control room. Okay, we could just deactivate steam vents. Disassembly room, okay, that's the one that the droid was in. Okay, download area schematics. Okay. Give her an extra wisdom, bump her up to an even number so that way she'll get a little bit more bonus there. Okay, force immunity, paralysis, and master sense. Okay, I'm gonna want to check those out once we're done here. Oh, here we go. Force immunity, paralysis. Here we go. We can check them out here. Jedi is one with the Force, moving within it as it moves within all things. This connection prevents fear or loss of senses and blocks any attempt at paralyzation. This feat is always active. This feat replaces Force immunity stun. Then Master Sense. As their connection to the Force continues to strengthen, the Jedi gains a supreme sense of self and the actions of others in combat. This feat grants +6 defense and is always active. Okay. Speaking of defense, let's give her some additional bonus against getting shot. And we can have her learn heal instead of cure. Okay. Good. Zalbar, I guess we'll just keep giving you some strength, buddy. Okay. So where are we headed? This way. Oh, hello. On the one hand, I feel kind of bad that this guy seemed like he was just walking around, you know, doing his job, and then suddenly we appear and attack him. You know, he has no backup or anything. On the other hand, he was near this door, which I can't imagine these things are soundproof enough that he wouldn't have heard the fighting going on. So it's really kind of his own fault for not, you know, stepping back and waiting for backup or something. I find it odd that these barracks... Okay, we have bunks, that makes sense for barracks. There's this, like, table desk thing with some seats on the one side. I mean, I would think that you'd want seats on both sides, but okay, that still kind of makes a certain amount of sense. But there's just all these chairs here. Like, they're not facing each other, so like you wouldn't be sitting here to talk and chat. It's not at a table or something where you could use it. You know, you'd be sitting down to eat or anything. It's like a waiting room or something. Why would a barracks need a waiting room? Okay, just credits in the chest. Here we go. We have some remains because we disabled the droids, and I guess that destroyed them as well. So, advanced gravity generator. Okay, a little droid tool there. Okay, they both have advanced gravity generators. Selkath apprentice. Oh no, he turned hostile. Oh dear. And unfortunately, they didn't teach you one of the most important lessons, which is when you're being faced with a bunch of people in melee, probably want a melee weapon, not your sidearm. Won't have time to learn it now. Okay, med pack and credits. Okay, this is an interesting little area. Okay, so that's the way we came in. Okay, I mean, I don't know why the chairs are here either, but at least I could imagine that maybe... Okay, this is a medical area, so here having a little waiting room area kind of makes sense, maybe, if their medics are super busy. No. Tell Shasa the Sith. Shasa the Sith? Shasa's a Sith now? This tortured Selkath was holding some sort of token. Okay. No, we're too late for these ones. Ironically, a med pack right there if they could have gotten to it. Okay. Can we see anything about this token? This token appears to be a small token of a personal nature. Perhaps someone who knew this Selkath would recognize it. Okay, well he mentioned Shasa, so maybe if we find Shasa, who the Selkath who asked us to investigate the missing Selkath, he said his daughter Shasa was one of them, so presumably she'll be somewhere in this base. And while we're here, advanced gravity generator. Okay, slows people down. This device creates a more powerful gravity swell than the basic unit due to an unregulated energy governor. The use of such items is discouraged because of concern over environmental effects. I can see where unregulated alteration of gravity might be. Intruders, should we sound the alarm, Shasa? No, wait, we cannot always be running to the Masters for help. We should handle this on our own. Oh, so that's Shasa. Perhaps this is a test the Sith have prepared for us? What are you doing here? Only Masters and Apprentices are allowed in here. Okay. I'm JJ48. What are you Selkath doing inside the Sith embassy? Or, I'm JJ48. Shayless has me investigating the disappearance of young Selkath. Selkath, Sith, I'm just here to kill anyone in my way. Let's see. Well, if they're working for the Sith, might have been. Hopefully they've been tricked or something and not actually completely in line with the Sith thinking. We'll try name dropping Shayless, who I believe was Shasa's dad, and maybe that'll help keep her from attacking us immediately. So yes, Shayless has me investigating the disappearance of young Selkath. I told you your father would get suspicious, Shasa. He always hated the Sith. Oh, this doesn't sound good. My father doesn't understand. He is blinded by his own prejudice. The Sith are teaching us mastery of the Force. Our alliance with the Sith will bring strength to Manan and the Selkath people. Okay. The Sith are evil. What they told you was a lie. Or if you ally with the Sith, then you'll suffer their fate, death. Or, good, I knew the Sith would win. We have options between, like, no, we are good and noble and against the Sith, or we're against the Sith but in a dark side barely distinguishable from the Sith sort of way, or we're just fully on board with the Sith. No, we'll try to convince you that the Sith are evil. Public propaganda. The Sith are the victims of lies and half-truths. They are not monsters, no more so than the Republic. The Sith have promised to guide us in the use of the Force, as a sign of their good faith. And once the Republic is defeated, the Sith have promised to withdraw from Manan and respect our independence. Yeah. If the Republic is defeated, the Sith will enslave your planet. The Sith just want to corrupt you. Okay, or the same other options. I'm not sure that either of these sound terribly convincing. She's just going to think that it's Republic propaganda either way, but I mean, I do think it's pretty accurate that if the Republic's defeated, the Sith are just going to be like, okay, now time to enslave Manan and take all the, was it KotOR for ourselves? So yeah. Spare us your lies. The Sith have treated us with nothing but respect and honor. You speak as if we are prisoners here, but we can leave whenever we wish. Our friend Galus chose to leave, and he has returned safely to his home in Ahto City. Shasa, what if they speak the truth? Remember what happened to Terrace, or at Terrace.
Yes, certainly you must have heard of the destruction of Taris. It's your honorable friends that committed that atrocity.
Taris is nothing but a Republic lie. If the Sith are such monsters, then prove it to us. Surely there must be some evidence of the horrors they commit. The Sith are evil, Shasa. They only want Manan's KotOR. The Sith are evil, Shasa. They will use you to conquer Manan for the KotOR. I found a young Selkath dying from torture here. He gave me this. Or if you ally with the Sith, you'll suffer their fate, death. Okay, yeah, just trying to convince them through words doesn't seem to be doing anything. But the Selkath that we found specifically said to find Shasa and tell her something. We didn't get to hear what he wanted to tell her, but he had this token, so maybe that'll be enough to convince her. Shasa, this is the pin I gave Gallus when we were children. Gallus, there's blood on it. You could have found this anywhere. For all we know, you killed Gallus. I mean, you could come right down the hall and see him. Persuade the Sith tortured him to death, Shasa. You know it's true. Oh man, do we have enough persuade to persuade her? Shasa, I believe them. How else would they have found this pin? I didn't want to believe it, but I can no longer deny what I know to be true. Gallus is dead, and the Sith are responsible. I must apologize for doubting you. The Sith are truly as evil as you have claimed. We must report this to the Otto City authorities. Yes, we must report this at once. We thank you, human, for showing us the truth. You have saved us from a terrible mistake.
You have been saved from more than you know. Given time, the Sith would have turned you fully to the dark side, and you would have betrayed your world gladly.
Quickly, my friends, we can stay here no longer. We must flee this foul embassy and warn our people against the plot to corrupt the Manan youth. Alright, good. Although, Bastila, you don't need to make it sound quite so negative as all that, because we all know that apprentices turning to the dark side is just part of their Jedi training, so to show how easy it is to turn to the dark side. Okay, training room. I think, if I recall, this is where we encountered a couple, or we saw in the video that there were, like, there was a Sith and a couple Selkath here, so. One Selkath and a couple droids. Maybe it was. It might be like the other room down the hall there. Okay. It's probably this room down the hall that has the Sith and the apprentices.
How did you get in here? Wait. I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Master, give us the honor of aiding you in destroying this enemy of the Sith.
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all.
I mean, that's not going to happen, but you can keep telling yourself that. Like the throwing the lightsaber tricks, it hits multiple targets, it helps clear out some of the weaker ones a little faster. Oh, you're a Dark Jedi Master. Well, no wonder you took a couple seconds longer than the other ones we've encountered. Another crystal, retinal combat implant, double-bladed lightsaber, okay, Dark Jedi Master robes. I don't think we need another double-bladed lightsaber. Bastila has hers, and the rest of us don't use a double-bladed lightsaber. Okay, there's Dark Jedi Master robes. Are those better than... currently has Jedi Knight robes. There's Dark Jedi Knight robes, designed for those who relish personal combat and know that power comes to those who take it. These robes offer good protection with no hindrance to movement. Okay, the Dark Jedi Master robes, which same dex bonus but have greater defense bonus. Okay. These robes offer superior protection while still allowing full freedom of movement. They are the robes of the true masters, those whose will and authority go unopposed. Okay. Let's give her those. And I think our own armor is still... Yeah, we're still better off with that at the moment. Although our dexterities... We have a dexterity bonus of +5, which is the maximum this armor can support. So that's... I mean, it'll take a while for us to level up our dexterity more, but when we do, that it will be worth considering switching to a different armor. Okay. Okay. Those are Dark Jedi Master robes. Those did not look like the robes that guy was wearing. And so the Dark Jedi Master robes weren't the robes that this guy was wearing. He just had like a spare outfit in his pocket or something. Okay, we have a data pad. I'm failing to see mines a lot more. I wonder if my awareness is starting to slip. Maybe I'm not putting enough points in it or something. Can I see what the crystals do? We'll go through those in a moment. I want to find the data pad. Okay, it'd be purple because we just picked it up. So it shouldn't be one of those data pads. Oh, there's data pad. Okay. These appear to be the personal notes of the Dark Jedi Master in charge of the Sith base on Manan. It seems that the Sith have been trying to turn impressionable young Selkath over to the dark side. After reading the lengthy progress reports on this topic, it seems that the final plan was to use these young Selkath to overthrow the current government and install a puppet government that the Sith would dominate. Ah. That's exactly what Bastila said would happen. Good call, Bastila. Ooh, retinal combat implant. Immunity to critical hits. This ocular implant greatly increases visual acuity, allowing the user to better track enemy movement in combat. General awareness will improve as well. Okay, maybe that'll be something good for Zalbar. I wanted to take a look at the crystals. Doesn't tell us what they do. Just mined in the sigil system, this crystal is a costly but valued addition to a lightsaber. It produces a fiercely bright beam that sears on contact, inflicting great damage. Found in the asteroid fields of the Firth system, this crystal can be used in lightsaber construction to produce an intense beam that seems extraordinarily quick to the cut. Luxum. Ambria was a world in the grip of the dark side. Through years of mental battle, strange Jedi Master Thawne contained the evil to Lake Nath. Long meditation can form this powerful crystal from the tainted water. It's very different style for the description of that crystal than the others so far. Like the others are just, hey, it comes from this world and here's what kind of beam it can produce. Here it's a little tale of strange Jedi Master Thawne. Okay. The refined form of Opila, this crystal has been cleansed of all impurities. When used in lightsaber construction, it produces a blade of unerring quickness. Okay, so it said this is refined form of Opila, Junryux. So probably whatever bonus Opila gives, Junryux will give like a better one. Okay, then Damned. Found on the desert world of Dominia, this crystal can be used in lightsaber construction to produce a clearly defined beam of subtly wider width and length. Okay, so I'm going to guess Luxum, by having this little tail linked to a Jedi Master and like how it's formed and everything, I'm going to guess that Luxum is probably a more unique crystal that's going to give a pretty decent bonus. But we'll find out. Okay. Okay, so we got the part from the droid. We recovered the Selkath youth, or at least what's left of them. We didn't discover what was down this hall. And unfortunately, it's not a poison, so we can't, like, use poison immunity. I'm gonna try just running down the hall and seeing if we can make it to the end before this stuff overwhelms us. Okay, come on, get there. Okay. Made it through, and there's a computer panel that we can't slice. And the steam vent's been That's kind of dumb. I mean, we could have deactivated the steam vents from the other computer terminal, but...
Yes?
Like, why? There's this panel that we can't slice into. I don't see any particular reason to think that it would be different from any of the other terminals. And, like, what point is there in coming down to this room? Maybe there'll be something there later, but for now it just seems like it was just a bit of a waste of time. Okay, I'm gonna try leaving through this door, but we might be blocked because we were told that that entrance was closed. Is the droid going to be surprised that we just walked out of there, or?
This entrance to the Sith embassy has been closed temporarily due to a...
Okay. I guess I'll be going. I don't need to get inside, just came from
Those
inside.
with legitimate business with the Sith should return when the repairs have been completed.
Well, I don't know that there's that many Sith inside to have legitimate business with anymore, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so let's see. What order do we want to do this? We've managed to convince Shasa and the other Selkath that the Sith were only using them to gain control of Manan. They have forsaken their dark ways and returned to the city. Okay. Okay, it's generic stuff. That's companion. Okay, Star Map Manan. Roland Wan, the Republic diplomat on Manan, has indicated that he may know something about ancient ruins on Manan. He first requires you to retrieve a data module stolen by the Sith and bring it back to him before he'll tell you anything. Okay. So, helping the Republic is how we advance the quest, the main quest. So, I'm going to go talk to the guy about the missing Selkath first, just because that way we want to, if talking to the Republic is like, okay, now onto something else, we'll move you to some other area, we'll have that done already. Oh, and then there was Oh, that's right. We also wanted to find information about public hiring mercenaries. Okay, yeah, we need to figure out why the Republic is hiring mercenaries. Maybe we should go back to the Republic area first. Let's go back to the Republic area first, see if we can figure out why they're recruiting mercenaries. Because I guess even if it is going to move us somewhere else or do something, it'll generally gives us an option of like, are you sure you want to move on now, or do you have other stuff you want to take care of first? So, is this Republic Embassy area? You're the one I need to talk to, aren't you? Yeah, Roland Vaughn.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base?
Yes, here it is.
Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of KotOR, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get.
Okay, what has the Republic done? Or, yeah, get to the point. Yeah, what's the Republic done?
The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes KotOR exports. But a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway. So we made a deal.
What sort of deal? You violated the treaty? This is dangerous. Yeah, what sort of deal?
We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest KotOR directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since.
Why have you not investigated? What happened down there? What does this have to do with me? What have you been doing as far as investigation?
As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Rackard Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Rackard Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain.
Okay, how will I get down there? Or what will you do for me? Yeah, I mean, let's ask what he intends to do. Be a little bit,
I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our KotOR packing room and enter the sub therein. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest, and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
alter the deal and he can pray you don't alter it further. That's a possibility, but that's also it's a little bit of a dark side option, I think. So does that count as finding out why the Republic was hiring mercenaries? Mission for the Republic. Okay. The Roland Wan, the representative of the Republic on Manan, has told you that the Republic has made a secret base underwater near the source of Kolto emissions to study and eventually synthesize Kolto. They ran across some mysterious ruins that may be related to the star map. Unfortunately, something happened down there at the base, and all contact was lost. Roland has given you access to a submersible to go down to the base and find out what happened. Hopefully this will lead to one of the star maps as well. Okay, and then... Okay, I guess maybe we can head back and tell him what we learned about the mercenaries. 'Cause I'm not sure what else we would possibly be able to get. Unless there's like a data pad that actually, you know, outlines the whole thing or something, but... Alright, we'll head to the submersible once we go turn in... Once we go...
Hey, Tyver, how's it going?
Sith continue to befoul the beauty of this watery world, but otherwise I'm keeping well.
Ah, glad to hear it. Hey, this stuff's all for the Republic embassies, so can you just bill it to them?
Of course, good soldier. I trust the Republic to pay its bills completely. I think we talked to Tyvak before, or Tyvark. He likes the Republic, doesn't much care for the Sith, if I recall. I'm actually kind of surprised that Bastel has only spoken up to talk to us once so far. This way. Yep, Milko, you're the one that asked us to look into things. News for me, human? Have you discovered why the Republic is hiring mercenaries? Yes, they're sending them down to a secret base in the Crackert Rift. I'm really hoping that you're actually you know, not like secretly a pro-Sith Selkath or something. I'll tell you that much. Crackert Rift. It is as I feared. Though the Republic is fortunate I was the one assigned to investigate this case. Human, allow me to be blunt with you. If I report this violation to my superiors, the Republic will be banned from Manan. But I do not wish to do this. I see the Sith for what they truly are, ruthless and evil. The Republic has always respected our independence, but if they fall to the Sith, will be quick to send an invasion fleet to conquer Manan. But I cannot simply ignore what the Republic has done. The Crackert Rift is the source of Manan's Kolto, and I fear the science station may damage production of the delicate resource. You must tell the Republic to stop this madness at once. Make them shut down the facility and recall their people before they do something we all regret. Well, yeah, they can't. The Republic has recently lost contact with the science facility. Of course, I should have realized. Doubtless they were hiring the mercenaries to investigate the situation, but I fear mercenaries alone may not be enough to save their station. Why, what do you think happened to it? There are ancient mysteries within the Crackert Rift that even we Selkath do not comprehend. I fear the Republic has awakened something that was best left undisturbed. Oh dear, that sounds unpleasant. Okay. I'm going to investigate the Crackert Rift. It sounds like you know more than you're telling me. What do you suggest we do? Now let's see what he recommends, and maybe he'll voluntarily tell us what he knows. I fear the mercenaries will not find the answers the Republic is looking for. They prefer blasters to brains. But you have shown yourself to be resourceful. Perhaps you can succeed where the others have failed. Investigate this facility, human. I promise to keep my silence so that the vile Sith do not gain from the Republic's foolishness. I only hope my silence does not lead to disaster for Manon. Here is the payment I promised you. And now I must take my leave, human. My superiors are expecting a full report from me, and there's much I must do to ensure they cannot uncover the Republic's actions. Okay. I'm glad he turned out to be rather trustworthy. I'm not sure we should have been speaking quite so loud near these Sith, but I mean, they seem like they're completely drunk and senseless anyway, so. Shaylas, managed to help your daughter and a few of her friends figure out what was going on, so. Human, you return. Have you information for me? Have you discovered the fate of the missing Selkath youth? Have you news of my daughter, Shasa? Have information for you, Shaylas. I've decided I've got better things to do than be your errand slave. No, we completely resolved it, I think. Excellent, you've done well. What have you learned? Okay, the Sith hired an Iridorian mercenary to lure the Selkath youth to the Sith base. The Sith are training the Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Maybe a few credits could refresh my memory. Sorry, nothing yet. Don't think the fact that they're using an Iridorian mercenary is really all that relevant. More important is that they're trying to actually train the Selkath to be Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. It's a wonder I did not see this before. Manon's greatest strength is our neutrality. If Malak brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates them in the ways of the Sith, he will have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manon and our KotOR. My daughter, Shasa, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp. I've convinced your daughter to turn her back on the Sith ways. Your daughter is still with the Sith, Shaylas. No, we managed to convince her. She was convinced. So I wonder if this is like if we hadn't had the token, or if we hadn't shown the token to her, or if we'd failed to persuade her, maybe there would have been an option that they wouldn't have fought us, but been like, I don't trust you, go find some more proof, and then we might be able to come back here, and Shaylas might be able to offer like, oh, here's all this information, give it to my daughter, and she'll trust you or something. But fortunately, we haven't had to do that, so because we did convince her to turn her back on the Sith. Human, if you speak the truth, I am forever in your debt, and yet my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely about Manon. Hopefully the testimony of my daughter will be enough proof of their actions to make the Ahto City authorities take action. Maybe this datapad will help. Oh, that's right, we do have a datapad outlining the whole operation. A datapad, yes, I see. This datapad has all the details of the entire Sith plot. With this, the Manan authorities will be forced to take action. I doubt the Sith will be banned from Manan, but at the very least, they will face harsh restrictions on their KotOR exports. You've done much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Thank you, Shayless. Or, keep your credits, Shayless. A Jedi has no need of such rewards. Or, give me my money and get out of here. No, Shayless, you can keep your credits. My reward is that justice has been done. You refuse my reward? Truly, you humans are a noble breed. Perhaps my species has underestimated your kind. I am proud to call you my friend. You have a noble and generous spirit.
That was a truly noble act. The Jedi Council would be pleased.
Please excuse me now, human. Let's go speak to the Manan authorities about this Sith plot and what they have done to my beloved daughter. I'm just glad we didn't have to fight her and kill her, because that would have been a very sad ending to this side quest. I do find it kind of interesting that for how silent Zalbar usually is, it's now that he chooses to speak up and be like, oh, hey, I'm totally on board with what you did. Not that I disapprove, I just find it interesting that that's where he's, that's what gets him to actually talk. Okay, with the rest of you, please try to keep up. Zalbar, thank you. Basila, okay, there you are. And don't tell me you were stuck behind the slow-walking Selkath, because that hall was like 10 Selkaths wide. You could have easily passed him. See, this guy's walking slow, so we walk around him. It's not that hard to figure out. Okay, so now I think we should be ready to head to the submersible. And investigate what's going on down at the science lab. We'll keep the same party. Basila's probably going to want to see this star map, and Zalbar. On one hand, I was thinking might be nice to. Okay, there's a submersible. Zalbar's been pretty helpful, and might continue to be helpful. I think maybe, walk on the ocean floor would be a little bit of a reward for actually speaking up there. On the other hand, I don't want our entire ship to smell like wet Wookiee. So let's mix up the party a little bit. We'll also get a blaster user in here. I can change my party from here. Looks like I can. Let's go with HK. He's always fun. Have I always been able to just change my party? Like, probably not in the middle of combat, but or like in restricted areas, but huh. Probably been useful a couple times. Battle droid logic upgrade. Fully experienced with the rigors of combat, the droid is able to self-upgrade its tactical reasoning and maximize its defensive potential. This feat grants +6 to defense and is always active. Okay. Alright, so... we can make him tougher. Or we can improve his abilities. Because he already has weapon focus blast rifle. Let's go ahead and make him tougher. Okay, then we'll see about heavy plating type 2. Okay, so he already has the best armor that we currently have. Okay, he doesn't have droid upgrade class 3, so he can't take the advanced gravity generator yet. We can give him advanced stun ray. And might as well give him a regular stun ray, just in case he uses that one up. We can give him an advanced targeting computer, but it's going to give him feats that he already has or doesn't need. So we'll save that. This model of security breaker is no longer in production. It was an effective option before the factories of Toshin Gant took over the market. A droid must have basic security software, paid points into the skill to benefit from this item. Doesn't really use security that much, but just in case, I guess we'll include it. And yeah, he doesn't have droid upgrade class 3. So.
What?
Alright, so with that, let's head to the bottom of the ocean. The submersible can be used to descend to the deep ocean Frackert research station. Okay, let's use the submersible. Get a nice little cutscene. Antidote kits right as soon as we get out of the submarine. That doesn't seem good. What happened here? This person appears to be human, or human-ish at least. Oh dear, this is looking unfortunate. I don't even know how you do that to a submarine. Okay, I guess this looks like this part of the ceiling like collapsed. But what was the submarine doing up there before the ceiling collapsed on it? I don't know. Okay, repair kits. Oh man, so we already... Unfortunately, these guys aren't marked, so from their outfits, I'm guessing these were scientists, not the mercenaries, but I can't say that for certain. Whatever killed them doesn't seem to have... It was either a disaster that explains the sub, or else it was a creature or something that we
How?
haven't encountered.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away.
Why? What happened? Or who are you? I'm JJ48. Calm yourself down. It's one way to introduce yourself to people, I guess. Now let's ask what happened.
No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold.
I'm not going anywhere. I have to find the star map. What happened here? Yeah, tell us what happened here. Help us understand the situation.
The Selkath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms. There were bodies everywhere. And the Selkath came out, screaming and croaking their fishy little war cries.
The Selkath? You fought them? What happened to the scientists? Yeah, the Selkath attacked you?
They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them. So we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left in the submersible. The sharks. The Feroxa out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. Just food for the sharks and the Selkath. Like us.
I have to get into the station. Or let's get you back to the surface. I didn't see anything. You sniveling worm, you're just food for the Selkath. Well, we do have the ability to go back and forth, so let's get you back to the surface first. That if you hopefully we can leave you in the Republic embassy so that you don't like start blabbing to everybody what happened, but we can hopefully at least get you out of here and into safety.
Back to the surface, yes. No! There's something out there. It got the other submersible already.
Suggestion. Perhaps we could dismember the organic. It would make it easier for transport to the surface.
Hey, you can't just rip me to pieces. I'll die.
Amendment. I did forget that. Stupid, frail, non-compartmentalized organic meat bags.
We can't leave until you do something. Blow up the entire station, maybe. That might distract whatever it is long enough for us to escape to the surface. But all the machinery and stuff is in the southern half, and that's been flooded. There might still be environmental suits around, but the Selkath might have laid their eggs in them.
Okay, weird. I have to get into the station. Or wait here while I go into the station. So either way, we're just telling them we need to go in. So, yeah, you wait here. I don't think you'd be a huge help for us anyway.
No! I locked the door so the Selkath won't get in. If you open it, we're all done for.
Okay, what do you suggest? You don't want to go back to the surface. You don't want to go into the station, which we'd have to do to take care of things down here. So, I have no choice. Tough, I need it open. Or you call yourself a mercenary? Yeah, I have no choice. Tell me what other options there are if you really don't want to do that.
If you go in there, you're dead. You're all dead. If you want to die, then go. You won't hear me mourning for you. I'll stay here and be safe until some sort of real rescue comes.
But what sort of real rescue? You've blocked all the attempts that we had for coming up with a rescue plan. Okay, grenade, some credits. I mean, unless somebody can just come down and go like abracadabra, poof, you're rescued. Like, you're not gonna have any other rescue options. Oh, cool! It's like going to the aquarium. Don't really like that there's water in here. It's leaking. Yeah. There's some kind of cool looking sharks. I guess those are the sharks that he was talking about. Lots of credits and a thermal detonator. Don't want to let that off in here. here's a Republic soldier. Haven't encountered any crazy Selkath yet. Computer spikes. Don't really have enough spikes to do anything, but we can at least check out what's going on and see what we're in for. So, central storage room. Okay, we have several Selkath, at least 4. Vent gas in the room? No. West storage room. Okay. Is this the same? Is this the same room, just like 2 different views of it? 3 over there and some over in this corner? No, okay, there's a door at the end of that hall. I'm not sure there was a door at the end of the other hall, was there? Yeah, okay, those are 2 different rooms. East hallway B. Okay, some droids. It's not too bad. Okay, we can corrupt patrol droid targeting program if we had more spikes. The south hallway. Okay, again, just a couple droids. Security room. Ooh, an armored droid. Or a shielded droid. Deactivate the shield. Okay, yeah, let's... Wish we could do that. Environment suit containment. Okay, it's just dead bodies in there. And security computer room. Well, this isn't really a security computer room. This is more a security computer hallway. I mean, look, this really doesn't qualify as a room, in my opinion, at least. HK, ranged user, why are you furthest ahead? Go around. Must have gotten the guy behind me. Can't target him anymore. You know, for wanting to strictly adhere to neutrality, we're fighting a lot of Selkath today. These are insane Selkath, not Sith brainwashed Selkath, so... I don't know why this guy's just trying to walk and not attack us, but... Okay. Deactivated droid. Maybe we can activate it and have it help us out. Okay, crystal sigil and a Jedi Master robe. Bastila, you might be more comfortable wearing a Jedi Master robe than a dark Jedi Master robe, wouldn't you? Same bonuses, just less dark-sidey. Members of the Order typically wear plain or unassuming garments, but Jedi Masters also know the importance of adequate protection when great challenges must be surmounted. Okay, there we go.
What?
I get a chance to level up. Oh, that's why, because I've been missing so many mines, because my awareness is only 4. Wish I had more. Maybe next time I level up, I'll start putting more points into intelligence so I can get more skill points to use. Okay, force immunity, stun, and night sense. Furthering their connection to the Force, the Jedi gains an additional sensitivity to the actions of others in combat. Grants +4 defense. Okay. Nice. And we're immune to stun. That's good. Let's get Master Jedi Defense so we can be even better with our lightsaber. I think that's our best bet. Okay, so let's see. So this line will ultimately let us kind of stun and debilitate enemies. This is what when you see enemies just lift up into the air and start rotating, I believe that's Bastila using this on them. Force suppression lets us get rid of buffs that the enemy has. That might be useful. Especially since we seem to be encountering more dark side Force users. This line will help us with droids, and sometimes it's the droids that we seem to be having issues with, especially like the really potent shielded droids and stuff. So let's go for this line. We'll start with stun droid. This power can send a surge of energy through the processor of a droid, rendering them immobile for 12 seconds. Okay, and the droid also takes some damage. Okay. So I think we got everything. That door is not accessible. 4 repair parts, I don't think that's going to be enough to do anything, so we'll save our repair parts for later. Oh. I got these doors mixed up. I thought this was the door that was not really a door on the minimap, but this is... Is that the way we came in? No, that's the way we came in. Let's try stunning the droid. There we go. Oh, we got frozen by the other droid. Are we going to find an explanation as to why the Selkath have apparently gone insane?
Let's make this quick.
what kind of weapons the Selkath are using that are making those, like, ring shots. A scientist memo, a sonic emitter. Okay, let's loot the room and then we'll read the scientist memo and check out this sonic emitter. That's all there is, so. Sonic emitter. Use is unlimited. This device emits a powerful sonic pulse useful for scaring off or stunning various wildlife. It normally has an extremely limited range, but in an underwater environment, the signal would travel quite a distance. It has proven quite lethal to several species of Phyrexan and sharks. Okay. Submersible bay key. Okay. Parts, computer spikes. Okay, where's the scientist memo? Here we go. In response to those Phyrexan sharks outside, I managed to whip up a little something in one of the workrooms. This is a sonic emitter, which should scare them off. The sound seems to work a lot better underwater than through the air, and if you fix it on the outside of an envirosuit, just push the button every time they get near and you'll have no problems. So I was just wondering, when am I going to get that raise? Cale Jordan. Okay. So I'm guessing we're going to want that when we get to an environment suit. So, sorry, Basla, did you want to help with this at all? You can start by healing everybody. Well, then please do actually participate. There you go. Thank you. Oh, someone just came through the door. Oh no, Bastion's down. Okay, you can use some repair kits, HK, you know? Let's heal ourselves. I'm already at my maximum dexterity bonus, so more dexterity bonus won't help me. Critical strike seems to be helping. Sometimes. Not sure why my force points aren't coming back. Well, seem to be doing pretty well with the healing. Not dying, just not getting a lot of damage off on him. HK, you are missing an awful lot. I don't think stunning is probably going to do anything to him, is it? Maybe we can stun him with that. Try it. That hurt. Okay, it's either resisting it or it's... we can't stun a droid. I can have my Jedi ability to stun a droid if my force points would ever come back. Here I was thinking the hard part would be getting through its shield. Okay, let's see if that... This more powerful shot isn't very helpful if you're missing. See if you can, if you get further back, if that helps a little bit.
What?
Do I have any... Don't have any more ion grenades. Just throw a grenade at it. Okay, that didn't seem to do any damage to it. And it hit us as well. Take some more damage, right? Was taking damage pretty steadily earlier on. And now just nothing. Try moving. If I come back here and chuck grenades, there we go. That did something. I don't know if that if we were like getting some glitches or bugs or what, but like I'm not rehealing my force points, and the droid was just not taking any damage. I don't even know where Bastila went. Oh, is that why we kept seeing experience stuff? Bastila was like just kept on fighting other enemies further and further on. I wish they would stop doing that and running ahead and get into trouble. Let's go ahead and save. Oh. Okay, There's the insane Selkath. That's average frag mine. That's not what we're doing at the moment. I just realized that's one disadvantage of traveling with HK47 is being a droid. He needs to. Like, he can't be healed with the Jedi powers.
No problem. Got it.
Okay, more adrenal alacrity. Improved energy cell.
No problem. Got it.
Adrenal stamina, computer spike. Oh, there you are, Basla. Okay, I'm getting my force abilities back, so we'll go ahead and heal up.
Yes?
You can heal up as well.
Sure.
And HK, I guess you can choose some repair kits.
Yes?
Yes?
Whimpering locker? Why is the locker whimpering?
Is somebody out there? Fishy, fishy, fishy. Come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Nothing here. I'm safe behind my walls.
Okay. I'm JJ48, and I've been sent by the Republic to investigate what's happened here. Or, why don't you come out here? Or come out from there right now, or we'll blast our way in. Yeah, what's going on? No, you don't have to come out if you don't want to, just for now, just tell us what's going on.
Investigate? You're just like the others. Fodder for the Selkath. Walk and fish next. Trump, trump, trump. If you can run, you might be fast food. When the Selkath went insane and started killing everybody, I locked myself in here. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me.
What made the Selkath insane? Or come out, we'll protect you from the Selkath. Or force persuade. You want to come out of that room. You feel safe with us. I'll carve you into little fish bits. If you don't come out, I'll just leave you in there. We might end up trying to force persuade him, because it doesn't sound like he'll listen to reason. But first we'll see if he'll tell us what made the Selkath insane.
Don't know. Go ask them. When the demon screamed, it shook every mind in the station. We fell to the ground but survived. Fishy fishies, though, they just got hungry.
Okay, we'll force persuade. Come on out, we'll help you.
No, that's what the others said. Mercenaries like you, but they're dead. The Selkath ate them, lunchy munchy. Only the ones left in the south part of the base might still be alive, or where the KotOR is. Few fishies there, but many fishies in between the water.
Okay, I guess we'll just have to leave you in there.
Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp and bite and chomp and bite. Food for fishy. That's you.
Okay. So I feel like the Selkath aren't the only ones who went insane.
No problem. Got it.
Let's have a door here. Scientist memo and a sonic emitter, okay. We'll check to see if it's the same scientist's memo, but I suspect it probably is. Okay, scientist memo, yep, okay, just the same one. Okay, let's see. Environmental suit. Picked up the environmental suit, good. HK set off the mine, but fortunately it appears to be a poison mine, and HK's a droid, so he can't be poisoned. Pressure door. Okay, so that's how we'd get outside, I guess. Okay, Verpine prototype ion blaster. Okay, let's see what that's all about. Okay, blaster pistol. Does ion damage. Attack modifier +2. Demonstrating this weapon, the insect-like Verpine destroyed legions of droids, doing nothing to quell the public's suspicions of what testing their stun guns must have been like. Bastila, where are you going? There's an enemy right here. You don't need to engage every single enemy at once. We can take them on as we come across them.
You cannot win.
I mean, they can if we keep fighting as foolishly as we want to do. Okay. Repair kit, energy projector. That was an upgrade piece. Adrenal stamina. Okay, there was some this way that we skipped because somebody had to run on ahead and engage everybody in the station at once.
No problem. Got it.
Okay, no hostiles in here. Okay, lots of credits and a med pack. Hyper battle stimulant and med pack. Okay. Oops. Hey, Bastila, you forgot to attack these guys as well when you were aggravating everybody. There's another pressure door outside, so we'll have options when we want to go outside.
No problem. Got it. I think I've been poisoned.
Another pressure door. Okay, droid that we could reactivate if we had the parts. I don't think we have the parts to do anything with it though. Okay. the area that we already came through. Okay, this is looking familiar. So, which exit do we use? This one's closest, so we'll check this one out first. See if they all link up outside, or if that's... This airlock is sealed from the other side. Okay, so we can't get out that one. Nope, not there. Activating airlock control. Engaging airlock seals. Warning, hostile environmental conditions. Environmental suit advised. You only have one environmental suit available. If you proceed through the airlock, all party members will have to stay behind until your return. And we can't just waterproof HK so he can go through without a suit. Alright, guess we're pushing on alone. Releasing airlock seals. Okay, so we have a sonic emitter. That's the only thing that we can do. Hey, there's another survivor. Okay. Wow, it is very dark.
You're not Selkath, I can see that much. Are you another rescue crew?
The Republic sent us down to investigate. What's going on down here? Who are you? Yeah, we're, I mean, rescue might be a bit much, but investigation at least is part of our job.
I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Selkath killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Selkath swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong, somehow. Like something had changed inside them. Insane or something. Oh, I'd have gone back to the surface long ago if this complex hadn't been overrun by all those crazy Selkaths. There's no way for me to get to the submarine docking bay.
What are you doing in the underwater section of the facility?
I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the KotOR harvester they built on the edge of the Hrackert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment suit, head out onto the ocean floor, and check that harvester out for myself. Besides, it's gotta be safer out on the ocean floor than back in there with all those crazed Selkath mutants running around looking for dinner.
Well, you realize the Selkath are an aquatic race. I don't know that it necessarily follows that it would be safer out here than in there. Or, okay, I'll come with you. Or you wait here, I'll go check it out. Or I still need to investigate. Yeah, we'd want to investigate a bit more.
I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic fish people all over the place. I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the KotOR harvester. We should probably stick together, but I won't wait around in here with the Selkath. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor where it's safe.
I don't know. You're right. We should stick together. I'll follow you. I'm a little slower than you are for some reason. I guess I'm not as used to being in a suit.
understand that we have to keep moving. The water is filled with cow! Ah!
I don't think the ocean floor is as safe as you made it out to be. I'm also not sure we're going to find anything to loot in there, because everything's submerged. So we're going to try to work our way on the ocean floor. Which way? Okay, not that way. That looks like a dead end. We do have a sonic emitter. Hopefully that'll be helpful. Now, is it just me, or does it look like the water's only like a couple dozen feet deep here? It looks like that's the water's surface, and it's like, oh, anybody passing by should be able to see this, you know, ocean floor super secret laboratory. But maybe we're in like a cavern with an air bubble, or maybe it's like some weird water density thing that just makes it look like the surface of the water's just a little bit above us. Oh wow, this actually just flat out kills them. Okay. Was not really expecting that. Oh, look, there's one inside the facility. Why does using our sonic emitter seem to cause a lot more bubbles to come out of our suit? Oh yeah, you would've... Guess we can go in and say hi if we want. Here's a good way to test. Can we actually access this? We can. Nerve amplifier belt, okay. Door's been welded shut, okay. I hope we don't need anything else from inside the facility, because I don't want to have to backtrack too much wearing this suit. It's just really, really slow. Said it was through another network of buildings, so maybe we can go inside here. Then we can move a little faster. Okay. So, expecting in an area like this, the enemies are probably going to be a little bit easier, but like compared to other enemies we've faced, but the overall challenge will still be decent because we're facing them alone. We don't have companions with us. So we can actually hit these things. Stop poisoning me, please. I'll take you out and then I'll heal myself. Oh, lost some force points. Remains, where's the remains? There we go. Okay, some grenades. Okay, guess we can antidote as soon as it goes away on its own. Oh, hello.
No, no, you can't come in here. You'll let the Firaxa and the Selkath in. No, stay out! Stay out! I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
60 seconds to complete depressurization.
Uh-oh. Okay, can I move?
54 seconds to complete depressure.
Warning, depressurization sequence act. Deactivate depressurization sequence. Okay.
No, no. The Firaxa will get us. No, the Selkath are coming. No!
No! No! Ah!
Calm down, everything will be okay. I'm a friend, I'll protect you. You're both safe now. Stop screaming. Just calm down. It's all gonna be alright.
I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard someone outside the door. Please forgive me. I'm just so scared.
We're both just scared.
When the Selkath went crazy, I thought everyone else except me and Sammy went mad. We had a few people outside the station when it happened.
The Frax and Sharks just tore them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew, our Selkath researchers started screaming and clawing at everything around them. My team was torn apart and eaten before my eyes. Sammy and me, I thought we were the only ones left. We heard the Selkath outside the doors every once in a while, and strange noises echoing through the base.
We thought everyone was dead or insane. I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say. I truly apologize for the horrible mistake I was making.
I'm KotOR, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working here on the Harakard Rift project.
You have a lot to answer for. What was the Republic doing here? Have you seen a star map? Or have you tried to kill me? Why did the Selkath all go crazy? Yeah, let's start with that. Do you know why the Selkath went crazy?
We don't know. Not for sure.
The work teams were outside in the rift, near the vent. Then there was this rumbling, and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Firaxa shark, I think. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Bigger than our submersibles.
It was like it was screaming inside my head.
Then all the Selkath started screaming too. And they turned on us.
Turned on you? What did the shark have to do with that? He was protecting something? Yeah. Turned on you?
It was like they couldn't control themselves.
Like the sound that the monster was making in our heads drove them insane.
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
It could have been. It might have a lair in the Harakert Rift near the KotOR vent. That might explain a few things, too.
Like what? How could you miss something that big living there? And no one knew about this thing? Yeah, tell me what it would explain first.
Like why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the KotOR. Would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. But with KotOR as a food source...
And all those other Phyraxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
Which would be why they all swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother.
So what can I do about it? Where's this monster Phyraxan now? I have to get to the KotOR machinery. Or the star map I'm looking for is out there. I need to get past. Yeah, we do have to get to a star map. Is there any way that we can get past this shark?
That would be suicide! It's out there still!
Out there, waiting for us.
Alright, so what do you propose?
The Phyraxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but they still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is, it should be ideal for this situation.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do.
What are you talking about? Or what compound? What does this compound do? All three of these kind of sound like the same question to me, but...
The repellent we made was supposed to drive Phyraxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen from the water by clogging their intakes.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation. Something to kill that monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment. In the open ocean, who knows what it could do? It could even affect the KotOR.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what we designed it to do.
Okay, so we can go with that plan poison the shark, or what else can we do? Because I don't like that. I don't like that we're hearing one of the possibilities is that it could affect the KotOR, presumably in a negative way. That would probably be about the worst case scenario. Is you know, if we ended up like tainting KotOR or something.
You don't need to do anything else. We have a canister of the toxin here right now. We were working on it before the giant Phyraxan drove all the Selkath insane. All you need to do is insert it into the main KotOR harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Phyraxan shark.
Okay, I'll vent the toxin into the rift to kill the giant shark. Or what other choice do I have, though? Yeah, it still does not sound like. I mean, are there any other options?
Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. We've seen it out there on the cameras, bashing itself against the machines. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift.
Okay, how would I do that?
You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million Sangin, a liquid at about 4 million Sangin, and a solid above that. When it's a liquid, it's very explosive. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank, the pressure will be so great that it'll turn to liquid form and start a chain reaction inside the machine.
But we'll lose everything we've built here. All those years of work.
It's better than whatever your chemical will do to the water.
Yeah, and not to mention the Selkath kind of need you to not be here anymore because it's causing some pretty big political issues on the surface. But I'll try to poison the shark, or I'll try to destroy the harvesting machine, I'll do what I want and kill both of you as well. No, let's try destroying the harvesting machine. That seems, you know, we want the Republic to, like, they need to abandon this place anyway, so it's not like they'll need the machines. And this way we hopefully don't have to kill the shark, and better yet, probably don't taint the Kolto as well.
Good. Destroying the machinery will be better in the long run. We can't risk damaging the environment or the Kolto. You'll have to break into the computer on the harvesting machine and fiddle with the fuel injectors to get the tank pressure up to the point where the hydrolium will liquidize. Once the machinery is gone, the shark should leave.
That won't work, and you know it. We have to vent the toxin from the harvesting machine. Once the shark is dead, we can get back to mining the Kolto. You know what you have to do.
I just hope you make the right choice.
Okay. You're both just gonna let me make the call while I'm out there. Oh hey, there are still some Selkath here. So let me take care of these guys first. I am kind of impressed that the Selkath unarmed can still pose a, if not a strong threat, at least can hold their own against the Jedi for a while. Okay, nothing there. Thought those containers might have something in them. Oh, breath mask. Computer stuff.
I think I've been poisoned.
Pressure door. Okay, so that's another way in. Oh, here's the lockers. The average plasma mine. Hyperadrenal strain. Okay, so that's just another entrance. So there's a couple of different ways that we can come in. That's the way we did come in. Okay. Save, because that was kind of a lengthy conversation. If we do die and have to start over, don't want to have to go through the whole thing again. Okay, get in the airlock. It looks like we might be beating Manon tonight. Okay. Oh, I bet that's the door back to the other section, the one that was locked from the outside, and the one that okay, wow, came out of nowhere. The one that the mercenary wanted to get to. So okay. So that's probably the way we'll be heading back. Okay, Kolto control panel. Hopefully the buttons are built for trying to go and activate it with the suit. I'm not even sure if we have individual fingers or if we're wearing like mittens. Maybe there's individual fingers there. Okay, command query. Access fuel tank pressure controls or feed toxin into vents. We're going to try to overload the pressure. Okay. Operator warning. Hydrolium unstable at 4 million sangen. Pressure would rupture container pod. Okay, so it's the fuel injector pod at 0 of 3 million sangen. Container pod at 0 of 5 million sangen. Okay, this is one of those things where we have a 3 container and a 5 container, and we need to get 4 units in the 5 container. Okay, so I think first we'll fill the injector pod. Oh, okay, I can see the pods, that's why it's there. Transfer from injector to container. Okay, so we can see it went from the left to filling on the right. Okay, let me fill the injector pod again. Transfer from injector to container. Okay, so that means 2 transferred over. We should have 1 left in the injector pod. Okay. Dump the container pod. Okay. Transfer the 1 over to the container. And now we should be able to get 3 more, put them over, and that'll make 4. Okay. Fill the injector pod. Transfer from injector to container. Error, harvester malfunction. Emergency shutdown initiated. Failure. Warning, container pod unstable. Evacuate immediately. Oh. Well. Okay, emergency shutdown initiated. So now we should be able to... Hopefully that means the giant shark has left, and we can... I think I see the star map up there. Oh. Now that the KotOR harvesting machine has been destroyed, the Great Fraxen shows no signs of hostility. It allows you to pass. Oh, why thank you. Okay, so... And presumably the other sharks aren't going to attack anymore because they were doing so because the big one was giving signals that were driving them crazy, and the Selkath too, I guess. Okay. So far on Tatooine we faced a crate dragon to get at a star map. Here we face a giant ancient shark to get at a star map. Okay. So found one of the star maps in the ruins the shark was guarding. All right. Okay. So we've found the star map beneath Manan. Let's head back to the others, see if we can resolve whatever needs to be resolved with the Republic. And I think what we'll end up doing is we'll maybe talk to our companions a bit and get some of the companion side stories in the time we have left. I mean, assuming it doesn't take us 20 minutes just to walk back the entrance, which at this speed it very well might. Okay. Almost there. Though I'm not sure if if it was intentional or not, but I noticed in that other area where we met the two scientists, there's 3 entrances. And after we entered and left our suit by the door, each door had a suit by it. So there are enough suits that the scientists can make it back if they want to. In fact, maybe we should head over there and talk to them just to see if... Let's do that. Let's see if there's any resolution to that on that end of it. Sorry, Basla, HK, we need to... Sorry, didn't mean to raise your hopes that we would be heading back. I do want to talk to the scientists, explain what happened. The one guy is not going to be too happy that we destroyed the equipment, but at least let them know that it is safe to move out if they so choose. Presumably they don't want to be stuck down here for the rest of their lives. There's a whole other locker stuff here. Cool. Hey, got it taken care of. The big shark's not a problem anymore.
We saw what you did out there on the cameras. Destroying the machinery was the right thing to do for everyone. That creature, the giant Firaxan shark, the guardian of the KotOR or whatever it was, seems to have calmed down a lot. It may even be safe to go outside now, but we'll stay here and wait for the Republic rescue crews. Thank you for not making a huge mistake.
Oh, no problem.
I saw what happened on the camera, and I can't believe what you did. How could you willfully destroy the KotOR harvesting machinery? That'll set us back years. I'll have you know that when we get back to the surface, I'll have the Republic do a full inquiry into your actions. Now go back to the surface and get the Republic to send a real rescue team down for us.
Yeah, that's the way you ask for help. Really motivates people to want to come to your rescue there. But again, I'm not sure that having this secret facility down here is really what's is really great as far as a political move. So it should probably be shut down anyway. Just make sure we don't upset the Selkath. Okay, now we're ready to head back up. You guys... Hey, now you have droid upgrade class 3. That's good. Okay, force armor. Okay, let's keep going with droid attack here. So destroy droid. Affects all droids within 6 meters of a target droid, disabling them and inflicting 1 to 6 damage per level of the attacking character. Okay. So the previous one just did damage equal to the attacking character's level. This does 1 to 6 damage per level, so potentially up to 6 times as powerful. That'll be good. That way. Oh, let's see if the guy in the locker, if we can convince him to come out now. It seems like the danger's over. I'm kind of curious. I think we've killed all the Selkath, but I am kind of curious whether any of them would have, like if they would have become less insane if we'd, if they were still around when we, after we got rid of that.
Is somebody out there? Fishy, fishy, fishy. Come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Not in here. I'm safe behind my walls.
Okay, okay, it's still same option, so I guess we can't try to convince him. Why don't you come out here?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I walk out and bam! Selkath swarm in from everywhere, ripping and rending. Fishy moves fast and silent. No, my friend. I don't play that game. I've got a winning hand right here in this room. My room. No fishy for me. And the Selkath went insane and started killing everybody. I locked myself in here. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me.
Just me, or does it sound like he's doing like a Robin Williams impression or something? I'll try to force persuade him again.
No.
Okay.
Only the ones left.
Okay, we'll just leave you there.
Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp and bite and chomp and bite. Food for fishy. That's you.
I mean, we could probably just take that whole locker with us if we wanted, but... Wait, there are remains that we didn't... Okay, those weren't remains of somebody we killed. Those are remains of somebody who is already dead, so they stick around even if... Although, that outfit... That looks like the Dark Jedi outfits, like what the Sith apprentices and stuff wear. There's something more going on. Maybe the Sith tried to send some people down to investigate as well. Okay, where'd the mercenary guy go? He didn't take the sub, so that's good. Okay, we'll ascend to Otto City.
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
The Selkath went insane. Or your construction woke something up. I think that's probably a better option, because the Selkath went insane because the thing woke up, sounds like. So, yeah, construction woke something up.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the KotOR?
A gigantic Phyraxian shark that drove all the Selkath insane.
That's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
A few scientists have survived, and the harvesting machine was destroyed. Now, telling the scientists have survived, that's the more important news.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
The harvesting machine underwent some minor total destruction.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that, I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map?
Yes, I did. None of your business. I mean, we talked to him about it, so, I mean, it's... Might as well tell him, yeah, we did.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
Yeah, if you need any more mining operations destroyed, I'm your man. Okay, so let's see. Alright, that seems to be everything at the moment. So let's, I'm gonna walk back just in case there's any, like, Madan meet us or something. such as this. Stop, human. We have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Hrackert Rift. You have been known to have asked questions about this, and our spy monitors in the Republic Embassy recorded you leaving in a submersible that descended to the Hrackert Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we will be forced to take you by force. Okay. You'll never take me alive. Very well, I will come peacefully. I haven't done anything. I mean, I guess they're technically not arresting us yet. They're just wanting to doing an inquiry. You know, see if we've done anything illegal. We can go along peacefully. Getting to be very experienced with the Manon legal system. If they can do that, the whole system could. Silence, this is not for outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in a most difficult situation. The Hrackert Rift is the most precious resource on Manon, and anything that threatens it or the kolto it produces threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we may admire your republic and your order in particular, I believe you will have a hard time explaining your role in this incident adequately. We have determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Hrackert Rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. If the Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us, the repercussions shall be very grave indeed. Uh-oh. What have you done to the rift? Force persuade. Nothing happened down at the rift. Or can lie. The Sith were trying to collapse the Hrackert Rift. Or the explosions were at the research station both our governments set up there. Well, unless we're trying to force persuade them, if we're trying to be truthful, I guess this is a good way to do it. And to point out that the Selkath were involved might be a good way to mitigate the consequences. That, like, hey, we didn't do this without government approval. I mean, if we really wanted to do like a technical weaseling out of it, we could point out that yes, there was an illegal mining operation, but we, as representatives of the Republic, put an end to it. So really the Republic stopped an illegal mining operation. But I guess the game's not really letting us go that route, so yeah, research station, both our governments set up there. Research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The Council will... The Council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence or be ejected from the court. Oh, wow. So some of these guys already knew about it, but we cannot. Silence. What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions? Okay, well that makes it easier if some of them knew about that. So, the machinery had woken up a giant Phyraxan shark, where the entire station had been driven mad. Or the harvesting machine malfunctioned and exploded. Totally. Okay, no, there was a giant Phyraxan shark that got woken up. A giant Phyraxan? Could it be? Impossible. It is only a legend. But he said he killed it, didn't he? I didn't say I killed it. You killed this shark, human? No, I didn't kill the shark. No, I destroyed the machinery to save it. Or the machine was making it drive everyone mad. Yeah, okay. That's the next step. We'll get to what happened to the shark eventually, but first, the machine was making it drive everyone mad. So that's important to understanding what happened down there. The progenitor, it must have been. Be quiet, that is merely a myth and not fit for outsiders to hear. What if it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species? Think of what this could mean. If it always laired there, then perhaps the KotOR. Enough, off-worlders are not to hear of such things. But he said he saved it. He destroyed the harvesters to save it. Again, I didn't say that, but yes, that is what happened. Indeed, this casts your actions in a new light, human. This, I believe, will require more thought, both on your actions and on what we must do in response. This court will adjourn while we deliberate. If you want to impose more sanctions on the Sith as a result, I'd be fine with that. We have reviewed your actions and the situation, human. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Phyraxan, which, we believe, is the source of our KotOR, or at least its guardian. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. This trial is now over. Okay. Well, that also kind of validates our decision to use, or to not use the Force to persuade them. Because not only might that have seemed a little bit underhanded, but it also, like if the Manan already, or if the Selkath already knew about the operation going on under there, it would have been very odd to say, like, oh yeah, nothing happened, like, okay, yeah, nothing happened, and then, you know, a week later they're like, actually our base down here is completely gone. Something did happen. So knowing the full truth might help them be able to work things out with the Republic and not have to come down too harshly on them. Oh, and we just hit time, so I guess we'll end here. Didn't have time to see any more of the any more character stuff. We can maybe hit some of that at the beginning of next time. And I'll have to see. This time we weren't really given like a clear go to this planet next. There didn't seem to be any indication of that. So I think unless I can think of something else in weeks, I have to remember to see what Griff wanted us to bring back. I don't think it was something from here, but we'll check on that and make sure that we head to that planet next. So, with that, thank you for joining me, and have a good week. And I'll see you next time, which should be available Monday and Friday next week. So, good night.